We just want our respect. Rob wants his respect. Coach Vogel wants his respect. Our organization wants their respect. Laker Nation wants their respect. And I want my damn respect too.
During LeBron's finals MVP speech, he mentioned that the Lakers want their respect. This implies that they were disrespected somehow. What led LeBron to have the need to bring this up during his speech? Let's take a look back to see how every facet of the Lakers was disrespected this season. Let's start with the obvious one, LeBron himself. So LeBron and his crew probably take some offense to people not considering him the GOAT. But at this point, it's still subjective and a matter of preference. Having MJ over LeBron is not disrespect. But what is disrespect is putting guys like Kawhi and Giannis over LeBron when LeBron is still clearly better. And what is disrespect is claiming that this is your city when you live in San Diego and haven't done shit while you were in LA. What is disrespect is saying LeBron just came to LA to make movies. What is disrespect is calling LeBron washed. What is disrespect is saying the Lakers should trade LeBron. What is disrespect is saying Anthony Davis carried the team. These were all things that were said during his time as a Laker, and LeBron was tired of it. How about Rob Pelinka, the Lakers GM? Well, let's talk about how Magic himself called this guy a backstabber simply because he pointed out that Magic wasn't in the office when he was the president. After Magic is gone, Pelinka is able to get the Anthony Davis trade done. But of course, he deserves no credit because that was all Rich Paul and Clutch Sports. And Pelinka had absolutely nothing to do with it. I mean, come on, give the guy some credit. And then people claim that he didn't understand the cap and he wouldn't be able to sign a big free agent that summer. But then he creates the cap space to sign a big free agent. He goes after Kawhi, who strings him along, takes his time to make a decision so that the Lakers would miss out on the other big names. Kawhi goes to the Clippers, but Pelinka has a solid backup plan that turns into a championship roster. But of course, no one wants to admit it. They want to give all the credit to LeBron and AD and claim that the rest of the roster is full of scrubs. DeMarcus Cousins gets injured before he can even play a game, so Pelinka signs Dwight Howard. No one else wants him. He ends up playing a big role for the Lakers. And then, in the middle of the season, Kobe and Gianna, Pelinka's best friend and goddaughter, die in a tragic helicopter accident. The whole organization is crushed. But he helps get the Lakers back on track. The job's not finished. So he gets back to work. He signs the better Morris twin practically for free, instead of overpaying like the Clippers did for Marcus. He signs Dion Waiters and J.R. Smith after Avery Bradley opts out of the bubble. And now this roster that he put together, with the majority of them being first-year Lakers, is now the 2020 champion Lakers. But he's still not getting love. The Executive of the Year award went to the Clippers president, Lawrence Frank. Yeah, the guy that traded away the Clippers' future for Pandemic Pete. All for the second seed in the West and a nice second round exit. Obviously, people are just jealous. Did LeBron James and Anthony Davis help in recruiting for the roster? Yes, absolutely. Did Clutch Sports help bring some guys to the team? Yes. But there is a skill in knowing when to step back and to work together with others. There are plenty of executives who demand control and want everything to be done their way. They want to be the dictators of the team. In the player empowerment era, Pelinka is the perfect guy for this team, and the results show. Frank Vogel. Talk about disrespect. The first day on the job, reporters completely ignored him during his introductory presser, because that same day, Magic decided to slander Rob Pelinka on television. And the people that did ask Frank Vogel questions pointed out that he was not the Lakers' first choice as head coach, or even the second choice. When they made the hire, everyone was saying that the Lakers missed out on Ty Lue. Then they hired Jason Kidd as an assistant, and everyone was saying that Kidd was trying to get the head coaching job, and that Vogel would be a scapegoat for the terrible season they were going to have. With the exception of LeBron, Caruso, KCP, Kuzma, and McGee, the rest of the roster was new. Yet, in their first year together, Vogel got them to work together as a cohesive unit. The stars didn't clash, everybody played their role. He got this team to buy in on defense and become the best team in the league. And the Lakers ended up with the best record in the West. But Frank Vogel wasn't even considered for Coach of the Year. He wasn't even a finalist. To not even have him as a finalist is just disrespectful and downright stupid. The organization as a whole was viewed as incompetent. Even Laker fans weren't happy with the front office. The Lakers were criticized for running their franchise like a family business. But it is a family business. It just so happens that this mom and pop shop is the best in the league. Jeannie received the bulk of the criticism for exercising nepotism. They had the Rambi. She hired Magic and Rob Pelinka, who had no experience for the jobs they were hired for. All of these people hired from within the Lakers family. And there were definitely some sexist undertones in the criticisms with how she wasn't able to hire or fire the right people. And I have to admit, I was frustrated with how the Lakers were operating at that point. I thought they should consider hiring from outside. Get some fresh blood. Obviously, I was wrong. It takes a certain kind of person to work for the Lakers. We got to hire people who bleed purple and gold and understand the Laker way. The Lakers are a family business, not only because they are owned by the Buzz family, but they treat people that are part of the Lakers like family. Remember that bad contract that they signed Kobe to at the end of his career? Superstars all over the league saw how the Lakers treated their own as family. Critics called them a family business to disparage them. But when probably the biggest tragedy in NBA history, maybe in sports, happened, a family was exactly what that organization needed to be. The Lakers are successful because they treat their business like a family. Lastly, Laker Nation. Us as fans. We all heard these other fan bases talking shit, especially when we were garbage. All those years we were down, they were all talking shit. And of course we talked back, even with our own team being trash. But this season, when our team was actually good, nobody could handle that talk. Everyone was saying how we were delusional, how our team was overrated, how a team with two of the best players in the world is gonna have trouble winning basketball games. We were even called dumb and accused of not understanding basketball. Of course, there are stupid Laker fans, but that's the case in all the fan bases. But when we were proven right, all the excuses started firing off. The Lakers can only beat the bad teams. They have the easiest schedule. They're only winning because of LeBron and AD. The rest of their team is garbage. They're peaking too early. They're gonna get tired in the playoffs. And then the playoffs come around. And every single round, people are picking the opposing team. Oh, the Lakers don't want to see Portland. That's the greatest 8th seed of all time. They can't handle Houston's small ball. PJ Tucker is too strong for AD. Yeah, people were actually saying that seriously. Denver is the most resilient team. They're the comeback kids. They have them right where they want them, being down 3-1. This Heat team is giving me 04 Pistons vibes. And guess what? The Lakers made easy work out of all of them. We were right all along. And when they won the championship, it's an asterisk. Doesn't count because of the bubble. Mickey Mouse Championship. What? This championship was the hardest ever in terms of external circumstances. With COVID, being quarantined, being away from family, not having home court when you were the number 1 seed, and all the social justice issues. This was mentally the toughest championship. But we know on the court, it was too easy for them. And when we did win, these motherfuckers were trying to tell us how to appreciate our team. When we were saying, it's been a long time coming. We deserve this after all those bad years. These motherfuckers were saying, 10 years is not long. You can't say that we started from the bottom. First of all, we were really bad all those years. And while we were bad, the entire NBA was relishing in that fact and ganged up on us. Second, y'all might think 10 years is not a long time, but that's because y'all motherfuckers are used to losing. Here at Laker Nation, we expect to win every single year. 1 year without winning is too long. So 10 years without not only winning a championship, but also being absolute garbage, that's a motherfucking eternity. So don't come at us with that 10 years isn't long bullshit. Laker fans and the rest of y'all poverty teams experience time very differently. And when we were complaining about getting snubbed for every award, motherfuckers were trying to tell us to shut up and be happy because we're winning the championship. Bitch, we can be happy about our championship and still be pissed off about biased voting processes. Don't tell us how to celebrate. Don't tell us how to enjoy our championship. Y'all celebrate however you want with your participation trophies. We have our own way of doing things here at Laker Nation. So when LeBron says he wants his damn respect, that didn't come out of nowhere. He's not some diva that's just looking for attention. This is pent-up emotion from a lot of disrespect coming our way. But winning this championship is so gratifying. It's just a big F you or how you like that or suck on these to the entire league. The doubters were wrong, the haters were wrong, and in the end, the best team is still standing.